Peanut butter skin back in it.
The Breakfast Club just exposed Cheyenne Bryant and ruined her life again. They already ruined her life during the first interview, but they just brought somebody else on to expose her further.
That's cold-blooded, Charlamagne.
What?
He brought somebody else on after they already...
Brought on the Breakfast Club a couple of days ago, and they asked her about the online rumors that she's been lying about being a doctor and that she's a fraud. And they gave her enough rope to hang her career, while at the same time simultaneously manipulating her into thinking they believe what she was saying.
The conversation about your doctorate because people can't find your dissertation online. How are you responding to that in this new era of your life?
I'm going to clear it up once on here. I'm not doing it again. And I'm clearing it up for my doc squad, for my fan base, for my audience who deserve to hear me address it.
Yes.
For the folks who have already made up their mind to not like me or not understand me, listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it.
That's when she started cussing like a doctor.
Yeah, like a real therapist.
Like a therapist cuss. I like a cussing therapist. It's a nasty therapist.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what your narrative is. I would like for you to recreate it, double down on it, and run that shit. Because I don't give a fuck about it. Now, to my doc squad, my fan base, my folks, you know, my village, it's very simple. I went to a school, Argosy University, completed an entire program. I went back online to get my official transcripts because I was applying to a law school many years ago to be a professor there. And I had to provide my transcripts, right, to get hired. And I went to contact the school and say, hey, I need my official transcripts. I need my entire thing. And there was no school.
What?
I was like, okay, I'm confused. I Google. It says this school has been shut down. I said, oh, well, they got to have records. I mean, they were accredited when I attended the school. They were accredited when I finished the program. I go and look, there is a third party that has the records. Where I contact the third party, that third party only holds records for 2 years.
Son, that was a yes or no question. You know what that's like? Somebody asks you, are you a truck driver? Yes or no? Yes.
You be like, well, when I first started driving, I was in South America now.
Early on.
But see, we didn't have licenses down there. But when I got back up here, you know what I mean?
To the United States.
That's when because I was living in Brooklyn at that time. And I had to move because, you know, when you move from Brooklyn to Manhattan, it's like
the licensing was different from there.
Right. The commute is different. And for that reason, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically what happened. You talk long enough, you forget what question you asked.
Leave it alone, man. She a doctor, man.
I was past my 2 years. So that means that I had no access to records. And then I contacted, financial aid. You can't make up financial aid. It shows that I paid for a doctoral program alongside my master's program and my undergrad program. And they said, we can fully refund you your money under one circumstance.
What's that?
We give you your money back. You don't get credit for not a class, a course, a program you took in this university, at this institute. So do you want us to refund you? Or do you want us not? I said no.
Everybody knows that the place to find
who attended the same school that she quote unquote like can't receive her records from, and they've said, yo, Parchment holds over the records for her school as well as for other schools. There is no 2-year limit. This is such a blatant lie.
We gotta burn that down too.
So people who have actually attended the school is telling us she's lying. Like, you could obtain your record even though the school has closed down. And even that elaborate story about federal student aid, offering to refund her money, that's the discharge program. You only qualify for the discharge program if you withdrew from the school or you are still currently attending the school. The discharge program does not apply to people who completed a degree, because obviously...
Right, because for real, if she completed a degree, like, what are we even talking about? You should just have your degree.
Simple as that.
It ain't around your house, you lost it. She should have started with that. All right, so I had my degree, but I lost it.
She did. I was moving.
Like, she didn't even add that part.
There was a flood.
She just started explaining why people can't find it online. Why you ain't just bring it? Why you ain't bring your graduation pictures?
Just hold it up like, yo, oh yeah, shut up, man.
Here is my degree. Right. Charlamagne and them would have read it right there. We'd have laughed about it. My bad.
Yep. You'd have shut everybody up. Us, Corey Holcomb, everybody.
You know what I mean? a videotape, a cell phone video, you walk across the stage, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, everybody clapping. Yeah, you be like, all right, man.
Nah, son, she did it online. She said she told us she did it online.
You can become a doctor online? All the way doctor?
I think so.
You completed the degree. Why would they refund you the money? Right? So even her story proves that she's lying, because if you actually graduated with your doctorate, you wouldn't qualify for the discharge program. You qualify for the discharge program because you didn't finish the degree. So, like, the Breakfast Club, like, ruined her life, man. Like everybody now sees her for a fraud. Nobody believes her story. There's a Cheyenne Bryant, like challenge going on TikTok right now, and these women are absolutely cooking her.
Let me tell you, porch monkey, something. You darkies, you'll never understand, because as a psychology expert with licensure, but I don't have the licensure because you only need that to diagnose. And I went to the university, and then I was applying to be a professor at the law school as a PhD holder, my doctoral. Now, as I was getting my doctoral, I came back around. I didn't have the transcripts, but the dissertation. And then at that time I said, therapy. And see, what you don't understand is you don't have to have licensure as a therapist for diagnoses, because I'm a life coach. And as a psychology expert, what some people are never going to understand about me is when I came back to do that doctoral, and the doctoral of it all, the summation at the end of the day, they're going to never understand.
Okay, I'm going to explain this one time and one time only, never again.
That's not a little foil. That's that's supposed to be her.
It's supposed to be her.
Oh my God.
She got the aluminum foil say Dr. DR.
Oh, that's
go ahead, let her cook, son.
I'm a doctor because I say I am. I'm gonna break it down for you, because I know there's a lot of people in your community that don't quite comprehend the things that I'm speaking.
Right.
I am psychologizing a lot of people with my knowledge and my knowledge alone. The reason I don't work within a licensure is because it would require me to diagnose you with bipolar schizophrenia. Do you want bipolar schizophrenia? That's what I thought. I was a part of a doctorology program. I completed the program, and then the school burnt down. Okay.
It burnt down.
Yo, people are absolutely cooking this fraud. Continue to cook this fraud. Now, she thought it was a good idea while being in the storm to continue the media run. Now, before we even get to what the Breakfast Club did today to expose her and to further ruin her life, let's take a look at what she did to further ruin her life today. So she did an interview, and they brought up the subject of this fake doctorate that she has, right? And when they brought it up,
she got mad.
She just made things worse for herself, man. I don't know what it is. We could just sense a liar and somebody being, deceiving us, right? So they asked her about this, and her explanation also went viral today because her explanation just made things. It's probably even worse than the first explanation. Here's what she has to say. Disclaimer: whenever you hear somebody bring up God when trying to rebuttal a lie, they are lying.
You're a motivator for me.
I swear to God.
Women will do that quick. Nah.
That's what we used to do before they had Google. We just swear to God.
Jesus gonna make it better.
That's right. He know my heart.
God when trying to rebuttal a lie, they are lying.
You're a motivator for many people, and oftentimes when you have that role, that moniker, you're the strong friend.
Yeah.
So I got to check in on strong friends. I want to check in with you because you've gone viral recently. People questioning your credentials, whether you should even be giving advice that you're giving. How are you doing, particularly within the last few days?
Thank you for asking that. I love that. I'm actually doing really good. I don't know a person who has received this amount of free marketing. It couldn't have happened in a better time for my book that just, launched a couple days ago. And within 24 hours, we made the bestsellers list, not only for print, but for the ebook. And so that's very exciting. Also, I know a couple of things. There's promises that God has for us. He says that all, not some, all things are working for your good. He also says that not to get weary in well-doing. And
she's good. She's going to be passing next.
Think so?
That was fire. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you bring up God, you can't really, if you're a God-fearing person, you can't really test nobody too much because there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that you're not supposed to test. You're not supposed to ask questions about.
Sure you can.
I'm just saying it puts people, they're like, she put God.
Yeah, she, the Lord.
Shit. All right.
all things are working for your good.
Mm-hmm.
He also says that not to get weary in well-doing. And he says that I give you much territory, and your job is to possess it, and my job as God is to protect it. I protect what I give you. And so when territory is expanded, God says that the cross gets heavier. And if you cannot carry a heavy cross for the expansion of the territory I gave you, then guess what? Maybe you're not ready, because to whom much is given, much is required. And so
mother effing quiet.
Why shouldn't she just come in there with her doctrine underneath her shoulder and say, here's my doctrine right here. I got it in 2017.
Nobody asked you for all this you talking about.
What does that have to do with
some photographs? Your homegirl you graduated with.
She touched the book and said, how are you, people are questioning your credentials. How are you capable of saying, and she went straight into her God
through Jesus. And all things are done through him. Lord have mercy. Please let the church say amen. Amen.
God is good.
It's important for people who are in service, in leadership positions, to not personalize, right?
Confused.
When you have folks who come in and attempt to crucify what you have going on, because your job is to not get weary in your service. And I'll land on this. My obedience is to God.
First red flag, man. You bring up God in this situation, you are a charlatan. But she thought she had a friend in this lady. Like, she thought the lady was gonna like take whatever she says as the answer and then move forward.
She probably was like, yeah, fuck all that.
Where is the doctor?
Where's the doctor? Are you a doctor
or not?
But nah, this lady is very skilled at what she does. Okay,
I'll write them down though. Wait for the second one. This first one, we're gonna get hit twice.
So she rebuttals. She says, yo, I'm a journalist. I can prove I'm a journalist in 5 seconds. Here's my degree. Cheyenne Bryant then goes on the entire spiel. The lady then follows back and cooks her and says, okay, if you can't prove it, then why don't you just take the doctor from out your name until you prove it? Which I think is a fair solution.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did not like that, man. And would follow through was them both with some light shade and heavy passive aggressiveness towards each other.
Not to people. And so as long as I'm in his will and I'm serving and I'm doing his word, my sheep will know my voice. Even the sheep in wolf clothing. That is not my battle.
That's his. The questions that are out there, why not provide the proof of your degree? Why not?
Well, a couple of things, right? I have multiple degrees, and my thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals. My proof is already within my credentials, my degrees, and also more than just my titles, it's in how effective I've been. All of my sessions have been live.
Yo, you know it's a spot you can buy degrees, right? That light-skinned nigga with the
what alley? What alley you buying degrees?
No, what was that
I know you.
Remember we did the story on the light-skinned nigga with the mustache that had 37 degrees?
What dude with light skin?
You don't remember him? He's from the Young Turks. Light skin black.
Oh yeah. Dr. Rashad. Yes.
Yeah,
he a fake doctor too. He got it from the same university.
Right, in the Bahamas.
They went to the same spot. Hold on, man. She said she got plenty of clients. Man, she got Ray J.
And Ray J. I'm telling you, she is a dick jack doctor. You know what I mean?
More than just my titles, it's in how effective I've been. All of my sessions have been live for the most part. My sessions with Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, Shannon Sharp, B. Simone, they have all been for the world to see, right? So no one knew who Dr. Bryant was.
You mean those podcasts?
Podcasts?
Is that what you're talking about? Those were sessions?
Damn, man, it's all coming out.
She a doctor though. She a Dr. Dre.
Stop it, son.
She for real. If she all she gotta do is say, I'm in show business.
She could.
Then she could still be a doctor. You like, oh, you that kind of doctor. I get it.
Yeah, like That's Dr. Fine. Pepper.
Right. It's your name. Yeah. It's your name. It's not your title.
Right.
Was prior to seeing all of my sessions that were live. And they deemed it, as well as I did before they did it, they can't validate me, I validated myself, they deemed it as my work being effective. I am effective at what I do. I'm educated and I'm successful in my lane, and I'll land on this, I created my own lane. And so a lot of times, Marissa, when people see that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy. And you got to be okay. And you got to be okay with that in that
as an
space.
Attack, but I think, and I've gotten this question from.
Why you just can't be relationship expert?
She is a relationship expert.
I'm just saying, why that can't? You know why?
And a therapist.
You know why? Because they don't hit the same way.
And
because she got another life, like Corey said, she used to be at the club. He didn't say what she was doing at the club. He said
that
she a nightclub kind of lady. So if you're a nightclub kind of lady, you just call yourself a relationship expert, people might question it. But if you put a doctor on it, you get those bigger gigs.
You get the credentials.
Because I don't see why she can't do the exact same thing and just not call herself that. Just stop calling yourself a doctor.
Well, son, that's the extra. That's the extra. That kind of puts the extra oomph in it.
Coach Cheyenne Bryant.
You didn't start. Just Cheyenne Bryant.
That's not good enough. It's like, why do I got to listen to this?
That's why doctor just pushes it over the edge.
But coach is you can be coach whenever you want.
Yeah.
She could just be coach.
Yeah, call her coach for
Coach
sure.
Bryant.
Many viewers, and I owe it to them.
You do.
Service to
Absolutely.
them. Why not drop doctor from your name if you cannot bring forth the doctoral degree?
So I've already covered this, right? And we're here obviously to talk about my new book.
Get locked up.
So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that. Yeah.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Baby, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
And that's where, and you're standing by that.
Standing by it. Yeah, right. Because I earned it.
You could have rejected it. No.
All right, give her elbow.
That would have been killer TV.
Yo, classic.
And she did it with the woo.
Yeah. She wouldn't have gave it a fake.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. I know you're going to hang around, and
I want to thank you for asking the hard questions.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, I'm a journalist with 2 degrees at the end of the day,
many?
and so I had 2.
Come on, girl.
Yes, Northwestern and Emory University. So I had to make sure I display that.
Yo, you can look at the look she's giving this fraud. Like, yeah, like 2 degrees. Like, I'm a journalist. I had to display that. I'm a journalist.
Stay on the wall. I got one copy on the wall in the office.
Right. Yo, if I'm hurt, bro, cancel the press tour, man, and keep it. Just cancel it all, bro. You have been exposed, and people are seeing right through you. Now, the Breakfast Club, being as slime bally as they are, they played nice in her face, made it seem like they agreed with her. The moment she gets in the backfire, the moment she's in the current fire, right, in the storm, they go to invite somebody on to expose her. Now, I'm going to give Charlamagne credit. Charlamagne was not there. If Charlamagne was there, I believe 100% Charlamagne the guy would have called her to the carpet right then and there, right? Because Charlamagne, to me, ain't scared of conflict. Everybody else is playing nice. So they brought on another person to do what I guess they were too scared to do when she was there.
We're in an era where social media has turned a lot of people into mental health influence.
For sure.
How important is licensing when somebody is giving, relationship or trauma advice to millions of people?
I personally find it important to be licensed. For myself, it's important because it makes sure that I'm ethically sound. Mm-hmm. Make sure that people are safe around me. Make sure that I'm continuing all my education credits. Make sure that I'm getting all the training. Because it's one thing, we got a lot of therapeutic language being slang about people calling you gaslighter and narcissist, and we got all the words, but people don't really know what happens next in terms of healing.
Yeah. Did you see our interview with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant?
I saw clips.
Okay. So when we were getting ready for that interview, I called one of my friends. Her name is Dr. Shonda Reynolds. And she was saying that to me because I was mentioning...
Patient Dr. Shonda?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the homie. Come on now.
That's my sister. Like, we went to high school together, like all of that. But yeah, she helped me prep for that interview because there was so many different things that you have to go through.
It's very nuanced.
The conversation we're having with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant takes away from the conversation we should be having about the real issues that some people have getting licensed. And I know you're licensed as a therapist, so I don't know if you have anything that you've experienced when you were going through your process.
Not anything to that extent, but licensure is incredibly challenging to get through. I don't think people understand how much schooling, how many hours of practicum and how many hours of internship you have to undergo, and then the test itself is difficult, and then the licensing board, and then you have to sit for a certain number of direct and indirect hours, which means a therapist who is more experienced than you sits in with you every week and you talk about your session.
Cheyenne Bryant did all that. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did all those things.
She did.
Right.
Yeah.
What went well, what didn't go well, and it could be challenging for a number of reasons, because sometimes you can only, you rise to the level of your help. If you don't have a credible supervision, it's going to dictate how thorough and how effective you are as a therapist in the long run.
Imagine putting in all that work to actually be licensed and actually be a doctor, just for a charlatan and a grifter like Cheyenne Bryant to come along and start calling herself a doctor. Everything he says is on par and is correct, bruh. Right? It's an insult to people who actually do the work. Cheyenne Bryant learned words like gaslighting and narcissist, and thought she had like enough knowledge and ability to actually like give therapy sessions to people, and she doesn't. And she's being caught out on it, bruh. Now, I do think what the Breakfast Club,
man, Flacco, stop hating. Cheyenne Bryant,
Coach Cheyenne Bryant.
You could be my doctor.
I knew you
could doctor on me.
You need it, son. You need therapy, son.
I need therapy. You could therapy.
I'm sorry, so you could.
I got something you could do some therapy with.